Wait, do you ever get disappointed when you're showing someone something for the first time and you really want them to get it? And
No,
they
not
don't?
at all. I think
Yes.
Oh.
Matt knew exactly where I was
Absolutely.
going with that question.
I'm clearly an Eeyore.
I'm probably Rue.
I'm a Christopher Robin with a poo rising.
And then I get in a canoe and I'm like, Clairs don't like canoes.
No, they don't.
I'm afraid of this lake.
That's exactly what it was.
Ow.
It was a beautiful moment in our friendship. I was
literally in the middle of getting hers up and down the
Pathetic.
stairs. Ow. I was like, I'm trying to get my hair done. I'm like, God.
I don't think that's an accurate representation of my owl.
Well, you were in such pain you couldn't see clearly. So,
Trauma.
Thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast. I'm Matt Young. I'm a theater educator and a parent. And ever since I lost my father to cancer, I have been mildly obsessed with death. This is my last will and testament. Linda Pfeiffer Rouse once said, "Memories are like a garden. Regularly tend the pleasant blossoms and remove the invasive weeds." Today's episode is all about memories. And interestingly enough, we actually come to the metaphor of gardening our memories. Made sense to us in the moment. Hope you enjoy our discussion. Today's episode is brought to you by Via Me Funeral Home. Introducing the ultimate funeral experience. Are you ready for sadness in style? Create unforgettable memories with Via Me Funeral Home. Look no further. The Via Me Funeral experience is designed to make your sad day truly extraordinary. Picture this: a vibrant, energetic, and sad atmosphere filled with tears and laughter and joy. From start to finish, we take care of every detail, ensuring that your funeral celebration is nothing short of spectacular. Our expert team will work with you to customize every aspect of your loved one's funeral, from the theme and decorations to the entertainment and activities, making sure that your funeral reflects your loved one's unique personality and style. Why settle for an ordinary funeral for your loved ones when you can have an extraordinary Via Me experience? Let us turn your vision into a reality and create the perfect funeral for your loved one that will be talked about for years to come. Contact us today at viame.com. Via Me for all your funeral needs.
so grateful if a shark ate me.
it
Wait,
would be a little painful.
Not ate me while I was alive, but if you threw me out and let a great white just take care of me.
Okay,
I'd love to be
but
part of a great
not
white.
the ashes though, because it's not going to want to eat the ashes. It's going to want to eat like your.
Some autistic sharks have funny eating habits.
Okay, so you only
Are
want
they-
an
do they test
autistic shark?
Yep.
They test sharks?
Mm-hmm. They test themselves.
Do they get services at school?
Self-analysis is analysis.
Wait, so
Is valid.
but what about what
For
what
Claire-
about just your body parts?
I'll probably like maybe consign those like at Zales. What is
No,
that?
no,
is
no.
it?
Like
So, but it's not your live body. You don't want to be eaten by sharks alive.
no.
You want
no,
you dead.
Grady's
Take
body.
the body.
I mean, if I was sedated and you just threw me out in the water and I was
No, no,
like,
no.
"What's
This is-
happening?
This
Someone's
is post,
nibbling on me." Oh, that's so. I think my leg's gone.
This is post
This
coronary.
is post death.
Post.
So like you're dead already.
Yes.
Okay. Can we cut up your body and feed it to the sharks?
Can I talk? Because I'm dead.
No,
Oh.
you can't.
No, right now, can I?
Yes, you can.
I'm not dead now. What was the question?
What is
Oh,
the
my
what?
goodness.
What are you giving us permission to do with your body after you've
Nothing.
passed?
You don't have any permission to do anything.
What?
But what?
Can
I'm
you
trying-
have fun with us
I'm
for
trying
just
to
like
get
2
to the
seconds?
bottom
I'm
of
trying
this.
to,
I'm trying to
Donahue.
figure out how I'm going to feed you to the sharks. And do I
Give us fake permission, okay?
make pies out of
Goat.
your
Goat.
out of your body? Do I make little cheeseburgers? Do I make French fries?
We're gonna have we're gonna have Grady burgers
Yeah.
that we
Do I-
throw to the sharks.
Do I just throw your whole body into the sea?
You got to make sure you got to chum the water then and make sure there are sharks around.
Okay,
they
we've
don't-
got the sharks there.
We don't
Right.
like.
Are we throwing your cut body into the sharks? Or are we just throwing your whole
I
body
want
into
you
the
to
sharks?
Throw me in.
And are we in a cage with cameras? So are we watching this?
No, I don't want to watch it.
You don't want to watch
Will you
it.
go down?
All right, fine.
No.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what if that's your dying
Oh,
wish.
yeah, I guess.
No, that you can kill you.
No, I'm in a cage.
I mean, the pressure and all that with the breathing
I
apparatus.
thought sharks didn't like human bodies.
They don't.
They don't.
If you chum it up, though, they won't know what they're doing. They just chomp at things. I mean, yeah, if you're going to antagonize
I think
them.
we have to.
Make fun of them.
No.
Yes, you have to make fun of them.
I think we
Your
have
mother
to
doesn't really love you.
actually take a giant fish, put Grady's body in the giant fish, and then put
This
the
is
fish
very
back.
So
elaborate.
you're going to make me like sushi.
Yes.
Brown rice, then.
Grady's-
Cover me in brown rice.
Some
Oh, okay.
avocado.
All right.
And
Yep.
then we'll put you into the
you could
ocean.
have cost us $1 extra by
I
asking for
put
brown
you
rice.
over on that. Yeah, and then you put on Vivaldi,
Vivaldi.
Etenteri, hominibus from Vivaldi's Gloria.
Proximani bus.
Etentera Pax hominibus. Yes.
So Claire and I are going to be on the boat watching
No,
the
not that one.
thrashing back and forth while the music plays.
No, you're gonna die first. So I'm doing
Thanks,
this by
Claire.
myself.
Thanks.
No, that's
Vivaldi's Gloria is there's a different. You're
Yeah.
thinking of
I'm going this year, so
you're thinking of Bach's Gloria
I actually
Magnificat.
don't want either of you to die.
that's
Ever.
nice, Claire. It's the sweetest thing you've ever said to both of us at the same time.
Actually, I thought the thing I said like 15 minutes ago was pretty sweet.
It was.
It
nice.
was very
Very
sweet, but we weren't recording, so I figured.
Um,
I figured now I'd say it again. But plus, I like that joke. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to pay for the rights for that song.
Gloria, Gloria. That's that's from Children of the Corn. Great soundtrack.
But not Vivaldi.
Gloria, Gloria, Gloria.
Or
You
is
must
it?
die.
but does
Doris
it
Land.
sound like
Yeah, it gets up to that. Or the Omen's got the best one. Jerry
I
Goldsmith.
apologize to our listeners for
The
that
Omen
loud,
knocked out of the
loud
park.
sound.
Zombie, vividu.
So Matt, what are we gonna do with your body when you die?
I always felt that I
We could
was
do a
going to get
double-
cremated, and then I was going to put everybody on a scavenger hunt for where they could spread my ashes all over the world.
Washing my hair. That.
Okay.
So you'll each get like little packets and maps and riddles, and you're going to have to follow them. And I mean, basically, it's going to be like around the Globe Theater. And
You're
I
doing a
don't know.
PS I love you thing.
Is that what that movie's about?
Yes.
You've never seen that movie?
I don't think so. No.
Oh my God, Matt, you have
He'd
to
love
watch
it. He loves
You
Hilary
so,
Swank.
yeah,
I do love Hilary
You
Swank.
have to watch
she's-
that movie.
She's so talented.
She's amazing.
She really is.
She got a
Yeah.
rude take on The Office. That was not
she's
nice.
a great, talented person. I just could watch her all day.
yeah,
Not watch her.
Yeah, love her.
Wait.
Love
Can't
her.
stand her.
Wow,
What?
We can all agree on
I
it.
knew your tone was not complimentary. What?
What?
You hate Hilary Swank?
No, she doesn't deserve the praise she's gotten.
Hang on, I'm so confused. I thought we were
Are
on.
you really?
I
gonna-
no
I
no.
thought we were
I
all, I thought we were all agreeing on
his
something.
his tilt. That something in his voice told me that he wasn't being sincere.
Oh,
Why do you hate Hilary
I don't
Swank?
hate her.
You don't like her.
I just don't think I just think she's overrated. Sorry, Hillary.
okay. Anyway, back to
Not
okay.
anyway.
Matt's doing
two,
a scavenger
two words,
hunt.
and she's going to lose again this year.
I would like Hillary's- I
American
would
Beauty.
like-
American Beauty. You're telling me that Annette
Just turn
Bening didn't
Grady's
deserve
mic
that
down.
Oscar. Everybody's here is telling me Annette Bening didn't deserve that Oscar over Boys Don't Cry. Okay, being Julia, she wins for $1 Million Baby and takes it away from Annette Bening again. And now Annette Bening's nominated for 9.
Are
and she's
you
not
related
gonna
to
win.
Annette Bening? Why
No,
are you
but
so upset?
Have we seen her act? She's incredible.
Yes, she
I
is
don't-
incredible.
I don't
Sometimes
think-
two incredible performances go up against each other, and then the voting body votes, and it's
I mean,
it's
when
political
have we
and
ever
all that
agreed
stuff.
with the
Yeah, that's
Oscar
true.
awards?
That's true. You what?
Sometimes
When have we ever agreed with them?
I mean,
There
it
are-
could happen.
Paul
Right?
Giamatti, please. God.
Times no, but you're right. Yeah, and we feel the stings of the things that we that
We
lose that
do.
we think
That- yeah.
should win.
Yeah.
I thought Annette Bening was unbelievable in that movie for sure.
She is.
But I also thought Hilary Swank was pretty good in Boys Don't Cry. So you don't. I mean, you don't have to agree.
No, I don't disagree. She was
I would
very
like Hilary
good.
Swank to speak at my funeral if that could be arranged.
Wow,
What?
Grady is not
Right?
coming.
Only you're just trying.
Right.
You're just trying to piss me off.
Right
You know,
after
you know,
Grady, so Grady has to introduce her.
You know who's speaking at your funeral?
Captain Crunch.
No. Make Grady go after her, so he has to follow the act.
Well, there's going to be a curtain speech. I'll leave that to be decided.
no.
And then Billy Piper will come out, and we're going to perform pieces together.
Oh, is this your funeral or my funeral?
Yours, yours via me.
Damn it.
I have a company called VME Funerals.
Is it all going to?
It's where I give funerals to people, but I do it how I want to.
I feel like,
and it's called VME Funeral Home.
I feel like
It's my wife. It's a VME Funeral Home.
the scenes that you want to do with Billy Piper are not going to be like fun, good quality funeral scenes.
What's your
Okay,
obsession
well,
with
I
Billy
can
Piper?
tell you right now, Matt, you're absolutely right.
She's the Yerma.
The new show she's in with Gillian Anderson, Scoop, it looks a new movie on Netflix, and it's about, remember they had to secure that interview with Prince Andrew, that great anchor from BBC.
Oh,
then the
yeah,
producer.
yeah.
So this is about that.
Okay.
And it's Gillian Anderson's playing,
The Scoop.
yeah, and then Billy Piper's playing the interview.
The Scoopy.
Yeah, the Scoopy.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a stacked cast. It looks really, really good.
Well, I'm glad she's still working, and you
I'm
get to
glad
enjoy
she's
her.
still working.
What? What'd I say?
Oh my God.
Well, sometimes when you play a funeral, that's kind of like the end. When they find out that she took money to play my funeral, she might not get work after that.
But
That
that's
may
because
hurt
you
her
use
career.
the funeral home of VME.
Via me.
How
I
do you
think we're onto something. I think obviously Via Me is the commercial that's going to come at
VME
the
for somebody like, what are you doing, Dawn? I'm thinking about when I'm going to die, but what's wrong? I don't know. I just don't even care. Well, call VME. They'll do it. Yeah, welcome to VME. You hate opera? That's what's being played at your funeral.
Why is it
Okay.
Italian?
I don't know
That
because it's
it doesn't suit you. It really doesn't. The southern thing suits you a lot better.
Suits me.
Yeah,
Oh.
Via Me does sound Italian. Via Me.
it's Latin
Oh, that's
Via.
true.
by way of.
Take
I know.
that.
I know what that. I know what via means. Would you
Okay.
like me to do a proper Italian accent?
No, just do a Latin accent.
a Latin one.
Yeah, do a Latin. Do it right now. Not Latin.
That's not really a thing. That's not.
You mean the language Latin and not South American?
Yes.
I know, but that's not really a thing. We know we weren't alive in those times, but we don't
No.
really know how people talk.
I know.
So,
So
here it
so
goes.
do it.
Okay, there it is, and here are.
Nailed it. Totally nailed it. So obviously the
Did
commercial.
you see the baking show cake just flattened right there? And I was like, here we go.
and you heard something deflate too.
This is my a soggy bottom cake, vodka cream sauce. Enjoy.
Can I just say that both of your shirts have writing on them? And although the writing on Claire's shirt is very clear, I just read the writing on Grady's shirt.
It's a Dennis Hopper
and this is
quote.
what I thought: hold hands, take LSD, and feed cod. Hold hands, take LSD, and feed cod.
Fine God.
Oh, find cod. See, but that's
find God and you saw.
On the set,
Feed
cod.
there's
That's
a
what I did.
quote from Dennis Hopper when he's working on, or I guess shopping. They were shopping Easy Rider around press tour, and he said, I thought this was just going to be like we're all going to sit around, hold hands, and take LSD and find God. This process, but it wasn't like that. So anyway, great company in London called TSPTR.
It's a free commercial for them, I guess.
They're awesome dudes. They had all the first rights to all the original Schultz Snoopy stuff, so they were able to put that on apparel. Anyway, this is one of their shirts, and I'm proud to wear it, and I do believe this to be true.
Also, I was going to say that Via Me has got to be the commercial that goes at the beginning of this podcast, I would think.
Yes.
When you don't-
Can you write something for me?
Sure.
All right.
You
Do-
don't
Matt,
want
do
to
you have a Stanley Cup?
decide via me.
Is that a Stanley Cup?
Did I win the Stanley Cup?
No.
The
Is
that
NHL
a Stanley
trophy
Cup?
at the end of the season?
Is that
No,
a Stanley Cup?
I only practiced. With
Matt
the
has
Rangers once.
Matt has a
No,
it's
it's a cheap ripoff.
I don't understand the Stanley
called,
Cup
it's
hype.
a
It's a
Blandley
name.
Cup.
A Blandley
Yeah,
Cup.
it's a Blandley Cup. It's a different company. The thing with the Stanley Cup, it's like back in the 90s when kids were robbing each other for sneakers. Like, kids are stealing these from each other. They're fighting over these cups. It's a
why?
cup.
Well,
Because it's
it's a name.
2024 and everything's fucked, Claire.
Welcome to the Last Will
Welcome.
podcast.
Wait, I
Via
just want
me.
to say, no one asked me what I want to do when I die.
What do you want to do when you die, Claire? Oh, she's
Oh,
going
it's
now.
gonna
You better decide quick, or VME is going to decide for
Yeah,
you.
you better tell it. You better tell us,
Oh.
otherwise we're going to do what we want.
Yep.
Claire,
This would be
it's clearly
a group
it's
of clowns on top of
clearly-
your miming.
We all know that you're going to die after us, so there's really nothing we could do. You're going to have to tell somebody
But
else.
if you
Oh,
call
no.
VME now,
no,
we'll
put
know.
It on the podcast so people will know. But yeah, we'll be gone.
Actually, I don't really want. I don't really want to do anything.
I
I
don't
just
really
want to be.
wanna die.
I want to be composted with all the cats.
Okay,
And
we'll
that's it.
We'll
The
we'll
dead
make
cat,
you
you want
into
all the dead cats with you? What?
Yeah.
We're gonna mummify all of you and drop you in the earth.
No, I'm not gonna be mummified. I'm gonna be composted.
Views expressed by Claire, not views expressed by Matt and Grady.
No, but I just kind of we can't like wrap you in cloth and put you in the ground.
Wrap
That's
you
not
in cloth?
Yeah, isn't
and
that
where will
like-
you buy such cloth, Matt?
Isn't there composting cloth?
But Matt, where would you buy
No,
such
no.
cloth?
So it takes
You talk of such cloth. Where would you buy this said cloth?
Walmart
Yeah, right. No?
Thou hast talked of
So
cloth.
or cheesecloth.
Do we just throw your body in the
So we
ground?
just
There's a
treat you like a
machine.
wheel of brie?
No. So you don't actually just put me in the ground.
I'm not embalming you.
No. It's
no,
not embalming,
she
and
can't
it's
have
not
any of that if she's being
mummification.
composted.
So we put you in a poop bag, basically. That's a compostable poop bag.
It's a
you
s-
become a tree and we eat your fruit.
Sounds like a metaphor. You got dirty there. For some
Thou
reason.
hast tickled me before. Thou won't tell me again, doth know.
It's like a cylinder, like you get put in a composting machine, and you actually it's there. I think it takes like a couple of years
Okay,
for
so
the body to actually
Is
become
this
soil.
Scientology?
You said
You'd tell me if
No.
something happened over the week, right?
It's not
Did you
Scientology.
convert?
This is real stuff.
so. You said compost machine, and I immediately thought like it was going to be a grinding
wood
machine.
chopper.
and
No,
I'm
it's
like,
not a
Claire,
wood
we're
chopper.
not putting you in a wood chopper to be composted easier, so we could sprinkle you in the back lawn, in the backyard.
Matt's
No way.
go-to is like the worst horror film of like, well, who's gonna do it? Just turn around, Matt. I'll do it. Bye, Claire. Shit, her glasses. Sorry, too late. But they're the only things that
no.
survive.
Oh no.
Wait. So
And because of Via Me, a Mariachi band.
we're just putting you in the
Mariachi?
compost machine, and then we're walking away.
Or somebody is. Yeah. You guys won't because you're not going to be here.
Well, we'll be dead. But okay, so what if we were? We just put you in the machine and walk away.
yeah. It's
Do you
like,
want to? Do you want
like,
to say anything,
It's
Grady?
like going to a mausoleum. Oh no, I don't really care about a
I'm
service.
gonna sing.
Yeah, so do whatever you want.
That was nice. Some Joni Mitchell, I assume, right?
No.
Oh,
no.
you should
Oh.
listen to
Probably
You didn't really care for Claire, I'm
Anthrax
saying.
or probably Enter Sandman.
you should
It's
hear
Via
what,
Me. It's
what
Via Me.
song he wrote me the other day on voicemail.
Then play it.
Oh yeah. Did they save that?
I don't remember what I said.
Yeah.
You're welcome to play it.
It was really funny.
Do you have it?
Yeah,
Really?
of course I have it.
Interestingly,
Do I say anything bad?
No,
Of
it
course
was
you did.
hilarious.
It's
No,
you.
You didn't mention Anthrax.
I didn't say any bad.
The band or the
poo-poo
powder?
words.
No,
Mhm.
no powder.
Okay.
No. Anyway,
I do think this all connects because today's
I wanna hear it
episode
later.
is about memories.
Yes.
Memories. Misty water.
No, don't
memories.
you.
Right.
memory.
All right. We definitely can't afford that.
All alone in the sunlight.
All right.
I'm changing it.
All right. The definition of memories. We haven't done this in a while. What?
Hold on.
What? Claire just.
I always get like this when you do the AI thing.
Well,
It never gets old.
okay.
I need you
Do you
use
want to
that.
give it? Do you want to give us your definition of memories?
No, I
Okay.
don't have one.
So let AI do the hard work. Memories are the cognitive processes of storing, retaining, and recalling information and experiences. They encompass a wide range of mental activities, including the encoding of new information, the retaining of that information over time, and the retrieval of information when needed. Memories can be formed through various sensory modalities, such as visual, auditory, olfactory, olfactory,
That's an important one.
and tactile stimuli, and they can be short-term or long-term in nature. Additionally, memories play a crucial role in shaping an individual's identity as they contribute to personal experiences, knowledge, and learning. So what is olfactory? I don't know
Olfactory
what
is your
that-
sense of smell, taste.
So
Oh.
yeah, so when you
Olfactory here.
I
sense
do-
of smell and taste can actually trigger a huge emotional state.
Like if Matt smelled patchouli right now, he'd want to retch.
Right.
Yeah, no, I do find that when there's a certain smell connected to a memory, that memory hits me very, very hard. Ooh, Grady's got a book. I think he's going to use it.
This is my sticker book from when I was a kid. I was an avid sticker collector as a kid. I'm sure you knew kids that traded stickers back in the day.
Absolutely.
So
And Garbage Pail
these
Kids.
are original. I have some of those, but some of these are I don't even know what the worth.
I wish I knew we were bringing memories today.
I just happened to see this.
Can we
and
sell some? I mean,
No
if you're
way,
looking for
no.
worth, we
But
need
there were a
money
lot
for
of-
the
He's not gonna let
podcast.
those go.
Oh.
Oh,
Do you have
no,
any
no.
Lisa Frank in there?
Yeah, there's tons of them. These are all the scratch and sniffs.
So can you like describe what you're looking at for the audio audience that is enjoying this podcast?
Grady
Yes, I
has
can describe the book that I'm looking at right now currently.
Grady
It's a
has
sticker book.
a white binder.
They don't make these
It's
anymore.
a white binder. It is smaller than the average size binder, but it's not a mini binder, and it's white, but it's aged, so you can tell that it's definitely not new.
It's definitely not new.
And on the front it says stickers, and there are those bear stickers, Grady, on the front,
I
brown
collected
bear
teddy bears,
stickers.
Yes,
He has a
There are hearts
Swatch
on the
watch
front, too.
sticker.
He has a Swatch watch sticker.
Yes.
And when you
that used to
open
come
it,
with Swatch clothing when you
so
bought
it's
like
a
a rugby shirt.
it's a 3-ring binder.
I only bought
But-
Benetton rugby shirts.
It's still original.
Inside there are bags that are that have holes. I mean, they're 3-rung pinched. What am I trying to say? Three-ring binder, but it's a bag that's attached to the
There's
binder.
There's Ziploc
Yes.
bags in it to
My
keep the
God.
stickers fresh.
Just
But
fire
they're,
me
they're
now.
not like they're like thick plastic.
Don't let me touch
They're
any
not
of them because I'm
disposable.
going to want to peel them off.
Yeah, Claire's got a problem with peeling stickers. I have in my hand, I would say from probably 1982, 83, stickers
1984.
from Return of the Jedi. And it's got all of the ships on it. It's got the Death Star. Although, here's the problem,
Los
Grady.
Angeles Olympics.
Here's the problem with this Return of the Jedi sticker
Yes.
of the Death Star. Is that the Death Star from Return of the Jedi?
No, it's not.
All right. My dishwasher is making very, very weird noises,
The
and
dish-
that just scared the fuck out of me.
The dishwasher sounds like a remote control car right
Are you
now.
ready?
That's not right, though.
Okay.
That is
We're
not
gonna
right.
look at some scratch and sniff stickers to see.
All right,
if this
Matt's
brings
gonna
up
excuse
memory.
himself to go check on the dishwasher.
Close your
Wait,
eyes.
these are actually scratch and sniffs?
Yes, and they don't make these anymore.
What
because
is
they-
it from 1980?
It's in the 80s. Yeah. Close your eyes. Smell that. Tell me what it is.
Oh my God! It smells like
Yeah, you're right the first time.
my grandmother.
Baby powder.
Yeah.
Smell this. Ready?
Wow. Band-Aids.
Cake. Birthday cake.
Nailed it.
See if you can smell that.
Why on earth? Wait. Why on earth would they create a scratch and sniff of Band-Aids?
She wasn't thinking.
Was it a used Band-Aid?
Yeah.
What's going on, Claire?
Oh, Claire.
What
here's
kind of
a good one.
stickers did you
A
have?
Band-Aid from my grandmother's cabinet.
Yeah, that does smell like Graham. That smells like Graham.
Orange.
Oh wow,
orange
this
soda.
one's really fruity.
Can you believe these still smell after all these years?
Peach
They're made of
sundae.
asbestos.
That's-
Whatever made these.
Great, thanks for making
Listen,
us smell it.
Whatever.
We're all let's make sure that this podcast airs before the weekend
I know,
because
right?
we have all of our death wishes in here.
Can you believe this?
Not
Chanel?
really.
Look,
That was
cola.
Chanel number 5.
It just smells like perfume, really.
I will say this orange,
Yes.
or no, it's peach sundae, which doesn't exist. People don't make sundaes with peaches. It does
Make
not
one.
exist.
I love peach ice cream. I eat it all the time.
No, that's fine, but like people don't make sundaes with like real peaches in them. People just enjoy
I
peaches.
disagree. Strong.
Name one.
A peach sundae. It's not hard to make.
No, I'm not saying it's hard to make. It's not complex like trigonometry.
God.
I'm saying people don't make
Close your eyes.
sundaes
They
with
don't.
peaches.
They don't. Close your eyes. Do not look at this.
Can I?
You'll know
Oh,
exactly what this is. See if she'll know, Matt. It smells. I can't believe these still smell.
This one that you gave me though, the peach sundae, smells like every scratch and sniff sticker I think I can ever remember.
Combined?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the smell of the scratch and sniff.
Wait, this one's a grape snow cone.
And it smells like it.
And it definitely smells like grapes, but I didn't
A
know they
snow cone.
made grape snow cones.
Sure.
Yes, a lot more than they make peach sundaes. They do though. They all have the distinct
Band-Aid
smell
They
of
have the
the
same
scratch
base
and
smell.
sniff. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That base,
That's so
whatever it is.
crazy.
So are you going to
Memories. Look at
Put
what he
these-
did for us.
I
He gave us the off.
He's a
Old
genius.
factory
The
experience.
old factory.
Yeah.
So, Grady, are you gonna pull those out in another 20 years and scratch them again?
Sure.
Why is that Swatch watch got?
Because Swatch used to make clothing.
Oh,
and
that's
when you
so
bought,
weird.
What time
Oh
is it?
no, it's the
When you
opposite of what
bought
time it is right now.
clothing, the Swatch
The
watch
opposite.
clothing
Yeah,
came with a sticker on
No,
the
what
tag.
does that say? That says like 11:05, right?
that says one. That is.
Oh, because a little hint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't read.
But when I
I,
think
was,
of-
I read it backwards.
Yeah. I read it backwards
There's
too.
more, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, that's weird.
Lifesavers.
I bet I know that smell. I bet I know that
I'm
smell.
so excited.
It's
Scratch
weird, Matt.
and
You're
sniff.
gonna know it, and you're not. You're gonna know it though. You're gonna know it. It smells like the yellow ones.
Oh my goodness.
It's weird, isn't it?
It smells soapy. It smells soapy.
It's like, because this thing is a they tried to combo all the. I smell the yellow one the most.
Okay. Yeah. They have the different.
But I think they tried to combo all of the flavors. But these are called life flavors because they couldn't use the actuals. Mary Lee Retton won the gold.
So this is stickers from the
Olympics.
Olympics that took place in Los Angeles. They have a bald eagle. It's a cartoon bald eagle doing a lot of different gymnastics, like the parallel bars, and the balance beam. This is the happiest bald eagle I've ever seen. Sam the eagle has to be annoyed with how happy.
I don't think you've seen a lot of bald eagles though.
Look how happy he's there.
He's
riding
really
the
cute.
pommel horse.
Yeah. Did I say the thing about the Death Star and the Jedi thing already?
You did, and that's not the Death. This is the original.
The Life Star.
The original Death
It's
Star.
not blown up yet, so I don't. Oh, that is great that you. I never caught that, and I'm glad because I'd have been upset.
Yeah. That. Oh yeah. It's inauthentic.
Of course, I
of
took
Jedi.
one out of the. This is a perfect sheet. A perfect sheet.
Could have been worth $100,000.
I'd say it's probably worth.
$100,000.
I'd say this is probably to a collector worth maybe about $200.
I love
Antique
the.
Roadshow.
I
We
actually
could've gone.
have to create a binder like that, or maybe hire somebody to make a binder like that of all of my movie stubs.
Here's the one.
My
Oh
movie
really?
ticket
You keep them
stubs.
all?
I
I've
keep
kept a
everyone.
ton
Me
of
too.
them.
I've never thrown one away.
Do you still? Or do you?
I still have them somewhere. It's what surprised me when I looked recently is that there were all of my Lord of the Rings stubs. There was like 5 or 4 of the 2 towers, and I really thought that I'd only seen it 3 times in the theater, but I think I saw it 4 times.
The 2 Towers?
Or the Return of the King. It was like 4 ticket stubs.
That's crazy because not that it's bad, but I think it's the one I enjoyed least out of all 3 of them.
Oh, popcorn.
Oh. No, you used to have sticker collages where it came in pieces, and you had the background, and you would make the collage yourself.
Oh, you would make? Yeah, it was. You were the designer.
But the ones that I think the parade is great. These are great, but these were the best. These are the puffies that have oil in them.
Oh wow.
So the oil moves around.
Oh right. So yeah. So it's what would you call that?
I'm so impressed that they're
It's
still
it's-
intact.
I've kept them, and this is Dress a Punk Bunny.
Dress
So
a
what is it-
punk bunny.
What would if we would describe those stickers? What would be? They're puffy stickers that you move around. It's got like a gel in it.
They
or
have
something
Yeah.
they
like
have
that?
oil and like 2 different kinds of oil that are different colors.
It's got like a metallic look to it.
But you wouldn't describe it as like a lava lamp look.
No.
Would you? It was.
No.
No.
I don't know the word for
What are
it.
those? Oh, those are new ones. Those are monsters.
I
Inc.?
see
No, those are
glitter.
Disney ones.
These
Disney.
are Disney ones. These are newer ones.
Yeah.
I still keep stickers together though. I still collect stickers.
Do you, when something has stickers like attached to it, do
Put 'em
you
in
get
there.
excited?
Yeah, totally.
You want
I
some?
love
I
stickers.
think I have some Ted Lasso stickers if you like them.
Yeah, put them in here.
I'd have to
Wow.
find them.
All right, now
I
what?
can't. Well, thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast.
That was pretty good.
No, but I do think. Okay, so for me, I may have said this before, but I'll say it again because we're talking about memories. Growing up, Halloween was a really big holiday when I lived in Fairfield, the first home, and I think I've said this, but my father used to show like reel-to-reel movies, like 8-minute
outside?
clips. He used to show it from the dining room on the big picture window we had, like the shade of the big picture
Right,
window,
right.
and it would shine outside. But the images would be reversed, but we put a bench out and people would all come and sit and they want to know
Pretty
where the projector was, and my dad always lied and said that it was in the trees. But like we used to get a lot of kids just sitting in the front lawn watching these little 8-minute clips and stuff like that. So Halloween was a big deal. My dad used to go out to all the houses afterwards. He used to put on a dress and just go with a pillowcase once all the kids were in, because he didn't want to take our candy and he wanted his own candy. And back then neighborhoods, everybody knew each other. You were actually involved with your neighbors.
look
and
at
stuff.
you, bro. You're
And
still,
yeah, they just fucking loved him. He was a charming
fair.
man.
He would put on a
Fantastic.
dress, but he.
Yeah, he'd like a polka dot dress, and
But everybody would
be
know it was
silly.
him,
oh,
right?
absolutely, yeah. He wasn't hiding in it. He wasn't.
Hi.
He wasn't a good-looking
Are you
woman.
down the street? No, I just here for the day.
No, they knew he wanted candy. He was. They
That
were
is
happy to give him
really
candy.
funny. Well, because trick or treaters come out really early,
I'm here.
Yes.
For
and the adults are still up at 9:00. So
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
and he wanted his own candy. So that was like my experience, and it's a very, very deep experience for me. The thing that always brings those memories of that Halloween back the deepest is the smell. There's a certain smell that I associate with Halloween. I'm not sure I could describe it. I mean, it has to be a little bit of cut grass
Little
and
candy corn?
leaves and stuff like that, with a sprinkle of candy corn. I don't know, but like when I smell it, I know.
It hits you.
Yeah, and I will be walking around on like October 14th or something like that, and I'll have that smell, and I'll go, it's Halloween. And the kids will be like, what are you talking about?
Isn't the mystery of being able to pick it apart actually wonderful? Because if you did name it, would it mean as much? I don't know.
It may not. I don't know. It's so distinct.
It's such a phantom thing that it will just, you never know where it will pop up, but it does.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel a breeze hit you and go, I always go, I know that breeze. And you think, well, air's been circulating here in the earth for however long. That breeze had to come from somewhere. And like, I wonder if this is from that place that I felt, that I'm feeling right now. And I'll have that often. I'm like, it's not deja vu, but I'm like, I feel a breeze. And I'm like, I know where that air's been.
Interesting.
Does you do what I mean?
You just verbalized
and it's usually
the mystery.
camp. It's usually camp with me sailing and being on the water when I feel it, and it's one of the most wonderful feelings. But it only hits you every now and then, so it's cool. I can't name it, can't tell you what it smells like, or even, well, it doesn't really smell like anything.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever thought about this before, but do you think that a breeze is constant?
Sure, why not?
I guess I always assumed in my tiny little brain.
Can air be destroyed?
No,
like,
but
does it have velocity and then dies out, or does it recycle itself?
Yeah, I always thought like it had velocity and then it died out and then a new one was born somewhere else.
But if it came from the same place and hits you...
Are you thinking that like there's a breeze that happened in Japan somewhere and that traveled across the Pacific Ocean or across Europe and Asia and made its way to us?
Yes.
I never thought of that
and
before.
I don't need
it's kind of a beautiful thing. Why hasn't Pixar made a movie about that?
I think we have to make the children's story about it.
Because...
There you go.
Well, that'd be great, but I don't think we should because...
No, I mean, I think we really should. We should take that idea right now, Claire, and copyright it right here on the podcast so nobody can steal it from us.
Yeah, we just need an illustrator. Really, really good one.
Found the shit sticker you can smell.
Oh, I can't even describe the inside joke that just happened. It was fun, though. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I just never thought of that before.
Yeah, no.
I believe in that. I don't know, and I think sometimes it's someone contacting you or talking to you, speaking to you.
I've never thought about it that way because there are so many times throughout the year, and it doesn't happen in the winter. It only happens when spring is coming, and then in the fall. Like the two changes in major weather. Sorry, I just burped. And I burped again.
Thank you for sharing.
Yep. And then, and there is a smell in the air in spring. And then there's a feeling in fall, and I associate it with
feeling
two.
In fall for sure.
That
feeling that you hit the ground and you go 11:11.
It's 11:11.
Who else's wish is that I hope I die first? Did you guys make that wish too?
Don't ruin the moment.
Oh,
yes,
sorry.
We made the wish that you die first.
Oh, thank you.
No, I don't wish that Matt goes first. I wish that none of us die.
Oh, whoa.
Clearly, you need us to stay alive because your shit's so complicated. You need to be wrapped like a wheel of brie. I mean, I don't know.
I may get like antsy and put her in the oven after we wrap her up like the brie. I hope that doesn't happen.
All right, I'll send you guys specific instructions.
We're chopping your head off, and I'm cryoing it.
We're just gonna have a Claire head.
Don't
you?
Oh.
No. Don't.
I thought it'd be cool. We had a Claire head.
I'm turning you into an animatronic. I'm turning all my friends into animatronics. Okay. And I'm in my own country bear jamboree at home.
Nice.
Or kind of that and the Showbiz little, like, what was it? Showbiz Pizza? No, y'all didn't have that up here. Y'all had the singing mouse and everybody.
Oh, Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese. We had Showbiz Pizza.
I bet you the pizza was better.
No
offense,
showy.
Chuck E. Cheese,
it was
but
showy.
your cheese stinks.
Yeah.
Okay, I just Googled compost bodies death. What came up? When remains are placed in a container with natural materials like straw and wood chips, the microbial process that converts bodies into soil can be accelerated. Composting a human currently takes 8 to 12 weeks and is estimated to use just 1/8 the energy required for cremation.
Wow. Are you on Goop?
Is that a Goop?
I'm joking. It's very Gwyneth Paltrow.
That would be funny. I am imagining while you're being composted, they're playing Sarah McLachlan in the background.
No, I don't
for
know.
18 weeks.
No one's playing music. Just compost me and walk away.
Okay.
Wait, what?
No, if we have you around
Matt,
for another
please
18
sing
weeks,
it.
we're celebrating you.
Sing it. Please sing it.
I will remember you. You will?
Will you remember me?
Look at Claire putting it back in the original key. That was like so passive aggressive.
Okay,
You're like, I will remember you. Claire's like, you will remember. Let's teach you.
Yep.
It's just so cool. There's a whole website about it. It's called recompost.life.
Do we have to sign you up now?
There's a phone number we can call. See our services.
I wonder if there's
I
a
don't
mystery
know.
about people like people who signed up for it or just they go missing. They die early for some reason.
A wheel of brie.
I'm making that up. We never.
Have as
Okay,
much
so now
brie as
we
you want at my
now
funeral.
we know that Claire is going to be composted, and now we have a website. Send the link, and we'll set it up.
When we're gonna make a sticker out of you.
Yeah,
Scratch
make a
and sniff
sticker.
Claire.
What?
Should we have our
what
own
would
plot?
Claire smell
That's
like?
the thing. You can't name it. It just says Claire, and you just
just
know
smells-
it's her.
There are some people who are distinct. I don't think that Claire
could
has a
just-
smell.
It could just be the most frequent use of dry shampoo. Like, that's really what I smell like all the time because I use dry shampoo almost every day. Not today, though. Today's just
I'm
greasy.
I'm happy to say that I've never creepily sniffed you, so I don't really know.
Don't
you
use that
smell
every
like.
day.
No, I know it's bad for you.
It's not good for you, girl.
No, I know.
You want to lose your hair early, I'm be honest
I'm
with
already
you.
losing it. But
Women's hair
the
loss is a real thing,
The
and that is not.
hairdressers told me it's because of COVID.
Well, COVID's not. I mean, it's still here, but I mean, we're not.
Anyway,
waiting
we
in line.
can't talk about this now.
I don't
'cause
wash
it's-
my hair every day.
We'll have
but
to
I'm
talk
losing
about it later. I can't wash my hair every day.
I can't either. No one can. No one should. And that's where Via Me comes in.
Memories.
Dragon fruit.
But wait,
Is that what you think you smell like? Dragon fruit?
No, the dragon
It's the dry shampoo.
dragon fruit vitamin water flavor
Okay.
reminds me of spring in high school because that's what I drank
Clearly, Canadian raspberry reminds me of
Every-
high school.
spring when we were doing the musicals at high school, and that's what I would go get, and I would
Really?
drink to hydrate myself.
What was
So
your
every time I
drink?
drink that, it's such a high school memory,
That's
Did you
so
drink
high school
Clearly
spring
Canadian?
memory.
Do you know Clearly Canadians? Remember those back in the day? In
yes.
like a teardrop bottle. There's raspberry,
yes, yeah.
blueberry,
Yeah,
strawberry.
It was a little too.
They're kind of sweet.
Yeah, but it was
Very
like
fizzy.
a little too highbrow. No, it was a little too fancy for me.
You just
At
went
the
straight
time.
for the Arizona iced tea.
I did love Arizona iced tea for sure.
What was it? $1 for the?
Yeah.
12 ounce?
But I don't know that was high school for me. I
Probably
definitely
more-
drank a lot of ginger ale. I like that Canada Dry, but I don't think I had a drink.
I like a Canada Dry too.
You know,
Like 7-Up or Sprite.
Sprite.
7-Up.
7-Up was too crisp for me.
7-Up is very crisp. Sprite's kind of has a
Sugary,
bite and it's
more sugary. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I had a Coke or Pepsi thing.
I was a Coke. Oh, I was a Coke.
I did like cherry Coke.
Oh,
What about that vanilla Coke?
I'll drink it,
love
but
vanilla Coke.
But if I have a choice, I still will drink cherry Coke.
Coca-Cola Ices are I only have like one a year because I don't drink Cokes anymore.
Right. It's just too much
God,
sugar.
that Coca-Cola Icy, especially if like you go to Universal, they
Yeah.
have them
An
everywhere.
icy? What is that? It's like
like a
It's
slushie.
like slushy.
Yeah, it's
Coke
a slushy, but
Coca-Cola
Coke
slushy,
flavor.
Coca-Cola brand too, not just cola.
You can get them at Burger King now.
A Coca-Cola Icy?
Oh, don't make that face at Burger King.
Well, no,
what
I
if they're
love-
a sponsor?
No, I love Coca-Cola.
What if they become a sponsor? Oh, okay.
I love Coca-Cola. Like, love it.
But-
like, I've been a huge fan my whole life. It's almost been a problem. Like, ask my
It's bordering.
parents.
You've never
bordering
had
on
a
a problem.
Coca-Cola Icy before. Wow, you're in for
Yeah,
a treat.
but I don't.
Now
I,
we know
I
what to
think
get her
I've
for her
had,
birthday.
It's
No,
is there
I don't think
technique
I
to
would
drink
like
it
it.
too? You would.
I don't. It's something
Do
that
you-
should
do you
be
like-
fizzy
Well, you're
and
going to be
crisp.
dead, and I'm going to feed it to you through a tube
I'm
or
gonna,
a coma. The
Okay,
coma
I
before
see
death.
why you, maybe
don't
you,
put
you
it in
would
my
not like-
compost container. I like
We
things to be.
won't. We won't put it in the compost container.
You're gonna ruin the process.
You don't know that, and you're dead, so you don't know.
But don't.
What
ruin
if
my
you start to
death
grow Coke?
process.
What if you start to grow Coke cans?
That's no.
Oh, all right, whatever.
Well, I guess you never know in this day and age.
Nope,
I think you're going to be a beautiful chamomile bush.
Thank you.
just hearing everything dirty today.
Because
I don't
he
know
said
why.
Bush.
No, it's probably because your T-shirt. it started me off, and just like in my mind, I was just thinking about it all the time. So yeah, Bush.
I'm wearing a
Absolutely.
shirt that says vagina on it in Times New Roman. Capital V, lowercase
Which is
A-G-I-N-A.
And I'm going to
The
wear one
clearest
next week
font
that
for a
says
vagina.
anal in Comic Sans.
No, he's not.
We all should wear statement shirts. Matt has a shirt on that says Jurassic Fart.
I don't
I
think
thought
it
it
does.
did for a minute. No,
That would be a huge.
and I meant to say when you said you thought this was,
yeah, feed cod.
Fake God, find
take
God.
LSD, feed cod. I for a minute was like, is that Jurassic fart? Is it a joke? I was like, no, he does love Jurassic Park. It's not a Jurassic fart. But now I want a Jurassic
But
fart shirt.
I am absolutely a fan
and
of
I want
Jurassic
I
fart.
want the butt cheeks to be the dinosaur.
Yes,
Jurassic fart.
Well, your birthday is coming up.
that's true.
Can we discuss? Well, this is a memory of what happened in the theater. Freak, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Only our friend knows where I'm talking. Never. I'm not going to say it on the air. I'll talk to you off air.
Why? You brought it up now.
Well, because I don't want anyone's feelings to get hurt.
I guarantee they don't listen to this.
Somebody took a spill on the stage the other day, and when they landed on their back, they ripped one.
Did they know it?
And because people have been doing fart noises and jokes, nobody caught it.
Oh,
And our friend looked at me and goes like this.
Was that you or was that me?
And no, I was in the audience. She was on stage. This person fell on their back, went, and then he looked around like, and then let it go. He had a smile for a minute. Now she looked at me as to say, you usually know because you're the fart master. Was that you? Or did he? And I just nodded. And she had to excuse herself through door number 3, one of
Something.
those, and then pop right back in. But he slipped, he fell, and I just was like, and this, we're all at a certain age. This wasn't like a teenager, like a preteen fart. This was an adult male fart. Where you get in the car or something, you're like,
I'm
you're like,
finally relieved.
is there a
No
baby
one's
here?
around.
Like, no, that's an adult. That's a full-grown man.
Is there a baby?
you
You look at the back seat. Is there a baby?
You wonder, and then you go, no, there's no way. That's a full-grown adult that's digesting some majorly. You need teeth to chew whatever they
So
ate.
did the person who fart not
They didn't
acknowledge?
acknowledge it all. They just
that's
they
the
let it go,
worst.
and no one did anything.
Is it the worst, or is that just
I
really
think
the
it
only
just
way to
when
go?
their back hit
I don't
their
know.
back hit the floor. It came right out with air because they were splayed out, and I just enjoyed she looked at me to go, can you authorize this? And I was like, I can't authorize it. I'm a notary public when it comes to breaking wind.
Well, because
And
it's
that-
usually the noise coming from
and I
your
was like-
mouth.
It's so
You're making
it's like
farting
when
noises.
you're making farting noises. It's fine. It's appropriate. You know you're doing it because it's not coming
Right.
from your butt.
He was
But when
surprised a little bit, and then because nobody mentioned it, he just let it go and put his head back down.
I do that too. Like I'm so fart friendly, like in terms of talking about it. But when I fart and like nobody, and I don't really want anyone to hear it, I do pretend it didn't
This
happen.
sounded like 12 dominoes just went. I don't know how no one heard it.
Sometimes
I don't know
I'll
how
do
no
this. I'll
one
go-
heard
I'll go
Because she was just.
afterwards to try to hide this. To try to hide the sound. I just go, I'm
Doesn't
just
even
making
sound
fart.
like a fart
I'm just
in
making
any
farting.
capacity.
I know. I'm delusional.
The thing is, you're gonna
I'm
make,
delusional with
you're-
shame
you're
at
gonna-
that moment,
You'll
and
make
I
the
am
fart
going to try
sound
to
bigger
hide
if
it.
you're farting and going, but your body's going.
I'm
People are only
not.
gonna be like, wow, there's a lot of noises coming out of this one person.
You think
All right.
that I'm rational at that moment?
That's
You
when
think
you-
I'm thinking rationally, and I'm
So you go
not.
to
Okay.
the bathroom. You go to the bathroom. You do a silencer.
Okay, so
Does
I
anybody know what a
gotta
silencer
bring
is?
it back here.
Bring
So
it back.
we're talking about memories, and I have so many memories about like fart trauma.
I do too. Let's tell our worst fart traumas. Go ahead.
So I remember in 7th grade in math class, sitting next to this kid who was one of the popular kids. We were assigned to sit next to each other, and I always had to fart. I think it was like the class immediately after lunch, and
What'd you eat that day?
it doesn't matter. I fart all the time. I mean,
You've never farted in
She
here.
is an equal opportunity farter.
You've never farted.
It doesn't matter what
you did fart in
food.
here once. I did smell a lady fart one time.
I have farted around you so many
You have.
times.
I know you're spent. You're scent. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. It's not rotting vegetables. It's more like wet paper.
It's usually just like. Oh my God!
All
We're
right,
gonna
look,
lose
continue-
all of
continue-
our
look,
listeners
continue-
today.
continue with-
laugh today.
Anyway,
Continue with your
I
story.
had to. I would fart all the time, but I was terrified of him hearing or smelling my farts.
Oh, this dude you liked in
Absolutely
class.
terrified.
Okay.
And he was like just a regular, just like non-assuming dude. Like even if he smelled a fart, like he wouldn't say anything
Wouldn't it be
to
cool
me.
if like you farted, then he looked at you and he was like, just gave you like it's okay.
That would have been great, but that never happened because we were 12. And I was mortified about everything, you know? So
Yes.
I was so afraid because I can't actually, like, if I keep a fart in, it actually upsets my entire digestive system, gives me heartburn. And like, I'm sick.
It's got to go somewhere.
I get sick to my stomach. And in college, I became friends with this girl. We lived together. I had to fart all the time. And she would always laugh. And I'm like, why is it funny? She's like, because I can't do that. Like, I always go to the bathroom. And I'm like,
I don't
every
have
single
time.
time you fart, you go to the bathroom? She's like, yeah, that's what we were taught in Catholic school. Like, you have to go, you get up, and you go. And I'm like, so I would literally have to stay home from school. Because
this is taking a turn. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
I've always been a gassy person. My mom was like
But
always
seriously,
farting.
like,
I was farting all the time when I was a
You're
baby.
feeling better. Oh, it's okay.
There's something very. Even though you felt a little shame, you're also not shameful.
I'm not
You know
shameful
about it.
now.
Sounds like your parents were cool with it. Like,
Oh, super
how's Claire?
cool.
Oh no, she's got gas, honey. She's home.
Well, sometimes
Imagine if your
like,
parents didn't love you because you were a farter.
You better
Jesus
go to
Christmas.
school and you're going to rip one in every fucking class, okay? And I can't pick you up today, so I don't know if you worked out your ride. So,
She's gonna gas her way home.
Matt,
I was with someone who was a free flowing farter.
how old were you?
This is very, very, very recent. Just
is it
she
me?
just it's
I
you.
was like, is it me? We're both
and
going.
she just is so unapologetic for it. It just makes me laugh so hard. And then there's just this game that we play that every time she farts, I go, "Excuse me." You know, I always take blame for
That's
all
what
the
you
farts.
do on the podcast. Whenever Grady does the fart sound.
That's true. Because it's part of this game that I've been playing for a while. But I would never fart in front of her because I would just hold it in.
It's
I
called
think it would destroy her.
It's
She would never look at me the same way.
No, she wouldn't. It's for acceptance.
Fartceptance.
Farceptance.
Farceptance.
Where you
Fartceptance.
where you would lean
Where
into
you-
and accept the farts. Now I want you.
Or where you accept someone, you fart in front of someone that you care about, and they accept you for your farts.
Unless it smells so rotten, and that's when you just feel hard. That's when
that's
I'm
why
just like,
that's why I'm never going
I'm
to be
just
loved.
like, wow. I'm just like,
We got to the bottom of it.
Yes,
who
right there, right? We figured it all
Who
out.
left the garbage disposal open?
I
It
never
smelled
ha-
rotting vegetables.
I'll never have fartceptance.
Does anyone remember the president's physical fitness challenge?
Yes.
Okay. So part of this is I went to a small school with about 30 kids. I was bullied very badly, and for obvious reasons,
No fartceptance.
you have to have a partner that holds your feet while you do sit-ups.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And
Oh,
a
no.
full gym.
Oh,
no
no.
one else is in the gym.
Jeez.
Bleachers are put to the side.
This is not
You can
good.
whisper and hear everything. As I did my sit-ups,
Did your butt whisper?
the person holding them, who was a complete fucking dick, and I hope you fucking are in a pile of shit right now. I'm kidding. No, I do hope you're having a good time.
You
In
can
that
hear
Shark
the
Tank.
sincerity in his voice.
I don't really care. Whatever. He's probably feeding cod. As I did the sit-ups, it just erupted. And it just rang all through the gym. Now, I can look back and go, I have no doubt that was one of the funniest things anyone in that room had ever heard. Wasn't planned. I farted on this person. I mean, clearly,
That's
it did not smell.
Sweet justice.
It did not smell. But, I mean, it was just like, wow. And this was a child's fart. But it felt very grown. Felt very grown up.
It had just a taste of
I feel
vegetables
like
in it.
my body really gave him what he deserved.
Well, that's good. Congratulations.
But I ran out crying. It was really
Yeah.
that,
Oh, of
that's
course.
people were
it's
so
horrible.
mean.
I mean,
It's a
the
trauma.
stuff that we
But
had
now
to
I think
endure
about it, I'm
back
glad
then.
I did. I'm glad I did that. And it was then known as the
And
fart.
he's never going to forget that.
It was then known as a fart. He probably did forget it. He's an idiot.
Oh.
Probably did. It was known as the fart heard around the world. Like, oh, how original! Thank you. So
Happened
that
at
fart heard
Lexington
around
and
the world. I
Concord.
was like, that's not even a nickname.
See, hearing that today is like makes me giggle, but knowing that it happened to you and it gave you trauma makes me so sad.
Well, but then, like I said, they gave it a stupid name. The fart heard around the world. Wow, that's great. How many people did it take to sit around and come up with that?
So what I
Because you
remember,
were studying the Revolutionary
about-
War at the time, so it wasn't even.
well, I remember
I
about
would have
those
called it
tests.
the Boston Massacre.
That's better.
The Boston Massacre?
Well, he's just taking a Revolutionary War term. Shot heard around the world is from Lexington and Concord, the thing that started the Revolutionary War.
Right.
Oh, just blew me off there.
I'd have called it the Mr. Clean.
Okay, explain.
I didn't shard, so
So
clean break.
it could have been
Clean break.
A jailbreak. The thing I remember about those tests, those physical fitness tests,
Yes.
is that the person you had to hold their
Their
shoes.
feet. It was just disgusting.
And that was like so disgusting to me. I'm like, your feet smell like, and I'm touching your disgusting,
You're
gross
feeling somebody's
sneakers.
gross feet, toes move inside their shoe.
How do you feel about feet now?
Claire
I'm
loves
not
them.
touching people's feet.
Yeah, it stayed with her.
Sucking on toes is one of,
I do it in the show. I do it in puffs.
Touch people's feet.
I lick somebody's foot. Very obviously,
Oh,
but only for. A
why
short
have I
while.
missed that part of the show?
You.
I don't know. You've been
are-
busy.
Am I screaming for everybody to find a room?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not looking at any. I'm looking at Grady.
Also, you can't see me doing it. My back is to you, and I'm
Oh,
on
I
the
did
floor.
see. I did see. There was nobody there for you the other
there
day.
was no one
so-
there the other night, so
yeah.
I was just licking the wall.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Wow.
Okay.
Good memories.
I don't think I have a specific fart trauma, but I'm not saying that I didn't black it out.
You never blew up a bathroom.
No, I've always blown up a bathroom.
And then at a party and had to come out and go, I got to take my chances.
No, I don't.
Or you go into somebody's medicine cabinet, God forbid, and have to spray their perfume.
I don't think so.
And you realize that's a mistake, and you only do that once.
Yeah, because
I
Don't
think-
go in people's
I
shit.
think anytime I've shit my pants, I've been in a place where I could. Well, he's talking about blowing up a bathroom, or when a fart goes wrong. I've always been close enough to wherever I needed to be.
Well, lucky you.
But I will say this: being a big person, if somebody farts in a room, I'm blamed for it easily. So if there's an elevator full of people,
Here we
and somebody
go.
farts,
They're gonna
yes,
look at
there's
you.
discrimination. They just assume that I was the one who was
Well,
responsible.
rest assured, sometimes it just comes from the small people too.
No, I know it does. Usually, it doesn't come from me because I'm so good at holding it in.
You hold them in?
I have to.
Oh,
That's what's
the
taken
ridicule-
5 years off your life.
Yeah, it's true.
All
That's
the
true.
farts you've held in.
That's true. That's not
Otherwise,
that part that I
I'd
worked
be
on.
like, I love looking up at the sky.
wow.
But like when I'm here by myself, sometimes I just go, God damn it! It all smells like farts all the
Yeah.
time.
It's really
'Cause
incredible.
I'm free. I just know how to do it.
Sometimes
Yeah, I'm
that
just
like
free.
I have the
There's a
worst.
candle lit now.
I
Grady.
have the most elaborate fart symphony
A fart symphony.
when I'm
Really?
alone. Yeah, it's really really weird. Like I'm like, wow, I'm
Is it-
really glad
it's
I'm not
musical?
with people. It's just sometimes it's very long. Like they can last a long time. And like I'll be lying in my bed like watching a show and they're gigantic. I mean, the stuff that comes out of me, I'm like, where did that come from? And how is it all in there?
Isn't it amazing sometimes how you can be amazed by your own farts when you're by yourself? You're like,
Yeah.
God damn, that was impressive. I'm
It's
surprised I
sometimes
didn't blow up the whole
sometimes
place.
it's just alarming.
Yes,
It's alarming.
for
It's
sure.
very alarming.
There was a club in New York City called The Cock back in like 1998,
It's
99,
cock.
2000. The Cock. And it was
Cock.
it was
COCK.
There's just been a couple articles lately about the changes in New York City, like in Williamsburg, in Brooklyn, where I used to live, in the East Village and things. But
Trendy.
I don't know if it was then. Maybe it was, I guess.
You were setting the trend.
Nah, yeah,
You
I
were feeding cod.
maybe. Feed and cod. They were talking about the a place called The Cock, which is so subservient and crazy, and it was just, the scene was just ridiculous. And it wasn't, it was a gay bar, but it wasn't, it's more like skater like type dudes and like, I don't know, just super rock and roll, not glam and designer
Alternative gay?
druggy. Yeah, and like, which was just a new thing. I mean, because that was when like the cocktail had been released for the AIDS virus. People were like, oh, we're not going to die, so maybe we can have fun again. Because New York City gay life had been very like, whatever you do with your sex life, you're probably going to die.
Right.
And that changed it, but there was a bar called The Cock, and they just did the most outrageous things. And I remember one performer queefed an entire song. I believe it was, and this is real, you can't make this shit up. Another performer used to put things inside of herself, And
In her butt?
at one point, someone was like, she's put everything in her butt but the kitchen sink. She went into the bathroom, dismantled
The sink?
the sink, and put it in her butt, and came back outstage and pulled it out.
Wait, and you saw this?
Sure, yeah.
I'm assuming the faucet, not the whole sink.
But I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. I mean,
But not the actual
there were
sink.
2 performers who put turkey legs up in themselves and pulled them out and then shared them and ate them. So
Are these women or men?
both, neither. It was
She
just
queefed an entire song?
yeah. I need to know what song.
do
I
you
think it
do
was
that?
like it was not you. I will always love you. I have no idea, but it was amazing.
Did she do
You
the,
need to
the
you got to get a lot of air in there.
Did you know what song it was, or was
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this wasn't like a
If she harmonized with herself, with her butt and her vagina, that would be impressive.
I don't know. Can you queef out of your butthole, or is it just a vagina
That's a fart.
thing?
It's just a fart, right?
Well, but
Here's a picture of this one performer.
I actually don't know what I'm looking at.
You're looking at someone.
Is
bent
that
over with
fireworks?
With a sparkler. They're a human birthday cake.
Oh, got it.
I have seen someone stick a sparkler in their ass
Another
before,
time
though.
came-
When I was studying in London, it was a street performer.
Sparklers are
This
pointy.
performer came out at
Yeah.
one point, one
They
show.
don't- They put the other end in there.
I always thought
I'd put
queefs
a-
were
Put a
involuntary.
corn cob up their butt.
No, I
ate
think they
popcorn
would.
the whole time. Then pulled the corn cob out and spat the popcorn out. And was a human popcorn machine.
See, that's funny.
It was crazy. It was fucking ridiculous and crazy. This was also when there was a no dancing law in New York City still, because Giuliani was trying to do. We're going to clean up
There's
the city.
We
You
turned
could
into
only
Footloose.
you could dance for 1 minute and 30 seconds legally. So they'd set the timer in the cock, and you could dance for 1 minute 30 seconds, and you had to stop. Just
I did not know that.
it was really interesting time. But then all of a sudden the smoking ban happened. You couldn't smoke inside anymore. Anyway, just cool memories. It's just funny we're talking
Wow,
about memories
Grady
because
grew up
this
in the
article.
70s in New York.
I know,
no,
right?
I fucking
Right?
didn't.
It sounds like
I
76.
it's not. It was better than 76.
It was 96. No.
A
No,
little
it
bit
was a
later. I was
little
in
bit
high school.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Giuliani was.
Yeah.
What a wonderful human being, right? So thoughtful
of
to
shit.
people.
Yeah. So are we going to talk about,
Memories?
yeah.
we are.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is where it took us. Isn't that crazy? We did a
Yeah.
whole half hour in farts.
And it's fine.
She
because-
queefed, "Don't cry for me, Argentina." It was, and quote, "It was the most
That
amazing
tracks.
thing. I cried with joy. However, our hands down biggest winner was Krylon Superstar, the anal artist. They referred to her as anal arts and crafts. All their artistry was ass related. Everything they did, and it's burned in my brain. You can't unsee these things.
No, I would
No, of
imagine
course
you
not.
you could not.
In
Memories.
Thailand, well, actually not just Thailand, but I remember walking around Bangkok and
One night.
it was during the day actually.
Makes a hard man humble.
And they have ping pong shows where women are popping ping pong balls out of their vaginas across the room at each other or whatever.
Who
And I
wants
remember
food?
like
Is it more like dodgeball?
No, that's Priscilla.
I think it's just like I don't know. I never went because I thought it was I thought it would be hilarious to go, but I never got a chance to. But I'd literally be walking around and someone would come up to me with a flyer and say, and make the sound with their mouth, and I'm
That's a
like
good memory.
puzzled. And then
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
Do you
so
have any of
funny.
those flyers? Did you save any of them?
No, I didn't want to touch anything when I was there. I mean, I was literally told that before I went, I had to get the hepatitis shots because
Yeah, because
if
you're
the
traveling
water
overseas.
splashed on me, I was gonna get hepatitis. The river in Bangkok
Wow.
because everybody, they let their sewage in the river.
Yeah, they do.
And I saw some really questionable things there too.
It's free for all.
But anyway, back to memories.
That's
So-
a good memory you just shared, though.
So
You were in Bangkok.
Let's-
Pretty cool.
let's get a little organized in our memory
Okay.
thing, okay? Here's some cliches about memories. Let's see what you think. Memories.
Excuse my Christmas.
Excuse me.
Mhm. Probably not.
Memories are timeless treasures.
Memories are prisons.
They
Memories are timeless treasures. Yes, they can be.
But okay, so they can remind and teach us of things that we don't want to repeat in our lives for sure. And there
Yes.
are memories of like glorious things, but I also have memories of the nurse tending to my father's bed sores, while he was in the hospital for over a month and stuff like that. And those are memories that I can't shake. I've made Claire leave the room.
Would you want to shake those though?
Well, forgetting is, and sometimes it's a mercy, right? What does that memory do for me?
Maybe you don't know what it does for you yet, but there's a reason your mind's still holding on to it.
Maybe. Like the memory of when my father took his last breath is a traumatic memory for me.
You'll never forget that, and I don't think you'd ever want to forget that. That's a beautiful thing.
Okay, so in studying Eurydice, a play that's coming up that I'm looking forward to directing.
Don't plug your show. Go ahead.
It's my show.
Oh,
I can plug my own show in my show.
I'm kidding, Jurassic Fart.
I would knock your socks off.
I'm sure you would not.
These nerds clusters are not what I thought they were going to be.
Okay, back to memory.
Are they not glorious though?
No, they are.
Okay. I look in studying Eurydice. Characters, when they get to the underworld, forget, and so they can't connect to the world above, and that's really how they kind of get swept into Hades or wherever it is. And there is something about the playwright writing this and dealing with the grief of losing her father that is very cathartic. The idea of not remembering is a mercy, you know. And we focus on, I'm never going to forget this, and this is going to teach a certain lesson, and I'm never going to take for granted this certain thing. But like, there is mercy in it. There's grace in forgetting certain things, I think. I don't know.
Sometimes I think it takes a long time for a memory like that to settle into a place where it doesn't disappear, but it certainly doesn't come up often.
For me, I don't think it comes up often, but it
hits you hard.
Yes, and it could. It's in the second drawer. You know, I may open the first drawer a lot, but it's very close.
No one opens the second drawer unless you really can't find that thing you're looking for.
My memory is not so great, so sometimes I'm opening that second drawer when I shouldn't. I know it doesn't haunt me every day, but it hasn't left me. The next one is memories last a lifetime.
No,
unfortunately, they don't.
No.
I look at my mother, who's lost a great deal of her memories, and we're grieving that every day as a family.
As long as you remember them, they're there. But
I can't remember what she doesn't. I can't remember what she doesn't remember.
Right.
And it's hard. It's hard to watch someone to lose all their memories, to get them taken away from them. Yet I do see the forgiveness and the mercy in her not having to remember, because she doesn't necessarily know she's in a place where this is happening to her mind.
In a weird way,
she thinks I'm just getting older. Yeah, it's easier on her.
Yeah, than it is on the people who are still around.
Selfish it is that I wish she remembered so many things. She can't hold all that. It's too much for her mind anyway. It's interesting what the mind dumps when you're in a position like that and keeps only what it needs for you to survive.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I go to the bathroom. This is where my bathroom is. I go where my stairs are. I know where the lights are. I know who my children's names are. I can't hold in my head the time I was head cheerleader. Right. And it doesn't matter anymore. Even though I want to hear those stories, they don't serve her, and it doesn't matter.
Right. But she's not mourning the loss of
she's not at all. She doesn't even know she's having she just, in her mind, I'm just getting older.
I don't know if that's true for some people.
It's not. And that's when they get angry, because they know they're trapped in their own mind, and then they just start to get angry and lash out. There's really no middle ground with mental loss. Whether it's dementia or Alzheimer's or whatnot, you either live with it and don't really know, and you're happy and continue on and have good support around you, hopefully, or you get angry and resentful. It's interesting.
it is really tough when you talk about people who are losing their mind.
Right. No short-term memory anymore whatsoever.
Yeah.
But that's definitely gone.
Mm-hmm.
But the long term is still there in pockets. It flashes open and closes. And when you see that door, you have to take it immediately and jump in on that conversation, because it's going to move on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting, it's really interesting. It's heartbreaking. It's also something beautiful about it too. That she just goes back to memories of childhood and being a kid and being free and having fun and talking about her daddy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's lovely that you can live in that place.
Well, it's also
because I've never even heard about some of these memories
Right.
of her as a kid.
It's also a real like test of the family unit in this sense. You know, when my father was sick, there was real desire for the pain to go away and stuff like that. And certainly towards the end, there was wanting to grant him mercy and stuff like that. And a lot of guilt came from those types of feelings and stuff. I would imagine in your experience, it's really hard to just let go of sharing the memories together where she can be happy with, because she doesn't understand what's really going on. How can you be happy for someone who's like losing their memories and stuff like that? It feels like it could be very, very conflicting for someone on the outside, and yet you have to, or even can you, step back and let that process happen and just feel joy for them in the joy that they're getting in life, outside of the fact that they're not functioning the way that they should be functioning.
You have to. You have no
Right.
other choice, because if you choose to try to fight it and have a conversation with a wall, I'm not calling my mother a wall.
No,
But I'm saying this disease is a wall.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting higher and higher. I'm not going to fight with a wall. I know better than that. I'm not saying it's fun, but I resigned myself a long time ago that there's a part of her that is gone.
Yeah.
And nothing I can do will bring that back. But what I can do is be with her in the moment.
Yeah.
And being present and making new memories for me by recording her talking or whatnot is important, even though it's ironic that her memories are fading when I just want to keep making new memories for me with her.
Yeah.
And finding ways to do that.
Do you find that, those videos that you take or those recordings, do you think that, do you watch those when, you don't watch them?
No, I don't need to yet.
I was when you mentioned that, I think about that because when, today is actually the anniversary of a friend of mine passing away in 2016. And
Sorry.
she sometimes I can't watch the videos of her because it's so painful.
Yeah.
Videos of her performing, videos of us doing stuff together, and because it's so the memory is so, it's I don't want to feel it, I don't want to remember it, I don't want to go
if you're performing
there.
with somebody too, that's in your muscle memory.
Yeah.
So that's I think even a little more triggering if it's another artist that you've worked with and bonded with. That takes it to a whole nother level.
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
it,
for sure. I mean, music's involved and
Wow.
all of that.
I can see why you don't go back and look at those often.
And so, and I even think about it too, when the years that when I was in high school and I created such a strong connection with the musical that we did that year. It's from January to May. That's what we're working on.
Can you listen to that show anymore?
Right. It's for the first, after the show ended, it was always so bittersweet. And it was just I missed the people, I missed the show, I missed the experience. So it would take me maybe a good 6 to 9 months to start listening to that music again because I was so sad. Yeah, memories are...
Memory is such a powerful thing.
It's so powerful. I actually lately, I don't know how lately, I feel like it's been years, but I've been thinking about this a lot lately, how I revisit old memories. I experience a memory in a dream.
And you want to revisit it?
It's
when you
always in a
wake up?
dream. Yeah, it's always I'm going back to my grandmother's house in
I was
Norwalk.
about to say, grandma, they go back to my grandmother for me. I'm not to interrupt you, but to add on to what you're saying, Amy Grant has a concert and she sings a song called If These Walls Could Speak. Beautiful song. It's a cover, but she talks about memory being such a powerful thing. And there was a moment she sat on the front porch. I think one of her great-grandmother's rocking chairs, her grandmother's rocking chair in her grandmother's house. And her kids had already been grown up, her and Vince Gill's kids. They'd long been gone. And she just sat and just said, I tried in that moment just to remember and recall. I was determined to recall everything I could remember about my grandmother, the way the house smelled when you walked in, the way the wallpaper peeled and smelled when you were upstairs, the way she laughed or smiled. She said, because as you get older, you have to refreshen your memories a little bit to keep them fresh, whether or not you've twisted them even a little bit, but just to remember them memories have to be tended to like a garden in some ways like that, especially fragile memories, I think, with family. And they're special and they're important. And if you don't tend to them, they probably will fade.
It's interesting that you talk about tending to memories because I never thought about that. I just find that sometimes the memories that I tap into when I'm sleeping and when I'm dreaming, they almost like torture me. Like I feel like I wake up and I'm like, ugh, like I really wish that I didn't go there because now I miss it. And now I'm so nostalgic, over memories that I had in like the house that I grew up in Cape Cod. Like that house is not there anymore. It was torn down. And I go back
Probably
there.
still hard to think about. I'm the same way you are.
I go back and in my
thing.
dreams, it's like my heart has been like sliced open and is bleeding.
Do you have visions of like, what if we still had that house and it was
Yes.
given to me and it was our house and
Yeah.
my kids and my parents' grandkids, we all are playing cards there. And
Yeah. And it's,
Yeah.
well, and in the dreams too, it's like I go back there. The property is still there. The house is just different. And I go back to the house that's there. And I've seen it from the outside, but I've never been in.
I do the same thing.
And so
here.
in my dreams, I've made up what it looks like
right
in my head.
But then you see it.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
I don't know.
not the same.
It tortures me a little bit because it stirs up memories that I read Harry Potter there. I read most of the Harry Potter books in that house.
That's strong.
And that is when I was reading those books, I visualized and I imagined Harry's house, the Dursleys, in that
Within
area.
your-
Harry's room was
right,
my room
Right.
in that house. And
This is why arts is so important to development and growing up and discovering yourself. And look at that. That's such a beautiful memory you have of Harry Potter and this little fantasy.
because that's where I go
world.
read most of my books.
But that house does live.
Mm.
It lives in your head completely. You could probably sketch the whole house for me out right now.
Oh, definitely. The basement, the smell of the basement, the
Right.
smell of that's why I love going to the Cape every year because it calms me. It makes me feel calm.
Didn't know that. That's very cool.
Yeah, because it's the way that it smells. As soon as you get on the Cape Cod Highway, it just brings back, a peaceful. I mean, there weren't a lot of peaceful memories up there,
I
but
get it.
and also what's funny is when you ever try to make a memory again, it's never, or you go back and visit a place that you had a positive memory in,
I guess
and
that's
it's never the same.
I guess that's what I mean by it. It's like you're walking to a garden and you can't tell plants what to do. You can't really tell memories what to do either. You can just tend to them and see oh, this memory needs a little love. Let me sit with this again. Oh no, this is actually the way it happened. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. That was a good thing. Do you have any buildings or landmarks or anything that's not around anymore that you still go back to? Not necessarily physically, but even in your mind and you're there?
I got a little lost there for a bit. I was hearing you guys, but I was really in my head a lot. I just had a real moment of sadness that technology wasn't good enough for me to take a lot of videos of my dog.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a lot of that stuff. And although I had a video camera pretty early on, I was just too fucking selfish to think about filming the family. I just wanted to film stupid stuff and then not even commit to doing comedy bits or anything like that, and so the whole camera just kind of fucking went to waste. And so I just spent a little bit of time beating myself up for that. And then I was just thinking, I just kind of spiraled for a second. I think for me to get back to answer your question, I just wanted to let you know where
No,
I
I'm
was,
glad.
because I
That's
just-
really.
But you have the memories, and the memories are stronger. They're stronger than the.
I also was mad at myself for all the amount of pot that I smoked, and I wonder why my memories are fading. And I also think that I use my memories to recall selfish shit, painful memories or memories of intimacy, as opposed to rounding out my memories. I'm spending my time, if we're talking about a garden and tending to certain memories, I'm not tending to memories that have meat and that will sustain me in some way. I'm focusing on very kind of cheap thrills. There's like a addictive quality to those types of memories, and like just never
that's
thought
natural.
about it. Well, yeah.
Walk around the garden a little more. See what else is out there.
I have to. I don't think I've ever thought about
You've
it
lived
that
a
way.
pretty great life.
We'll see. Great is all relative.
Yes, it is.
I've definitely
Yes,
lived
it is.
a privileged life, and I don't know that I've always made the most out of it.
This is why when we go to funerals, and maybe if you don't know the person that well, and you say like,
Funerals are all about memories.
They had a great life. It's
Right.
like, did they? How do you know? Like, if
they're in a better place.
if someone comes to my funeral, which I don't really even want one at this point,
You're gonna be-
I don't want anyone to talk shit. I don't want anyone to make statements about what my life was like. You weren't in it. Maybe you were in it, but you weren't me. You weren't living the life. You
Bitch,
don't
you know my life.
You don't know what my life was like for me. You had a great life. I had a great life. Really? Ask my journals.
Yeah, we
which are being decomposed with me, by the way.
No. If Grady and I are alive, we are thumbing through those.
No, you're not.
Oh,
We are.
goodness. You
Box of ideas.
better fucking leave those to us in your will. You better. No, we had.
Claire,
we
you're
had,
right.
we-
I think it's time. Bring me a match. Why?
we had a
to
friend.
burn these. So that's like your browser history. You want that? We want our browser history deleted. You want your journals deleted.
Everybody knows where I went. We had a friend who lost a parent recently. Actually, it probably wasn't recent. It's probably a couple of years now.
It was last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
and-
around this time, actually.
You're right, because
We did.
we did do a podcast on it. And at the church, she wasn't allowed to do a eulogy for her father.
That was so
They had a
messed
certain
up.
service, and then she could read like a poem or something like that.
what's the
And
reason
I just
behind
hate
that?
it takes away from God or some stupid shit like that.
It was
I
a
don't
religious
know.
service.
Yeah, and the idea that someone,
What religion is that?
even if the priest, I don't know.
You need to sit down. No, I want to talk about my family.
Well, I think when you have a funeral in what is a normal church service or something like that, there has to be like give and take. Then you just plan a funeral at another
She
time.
wasn't a part of the planning process. Or I don't know. It was.
But there also, she wasn't allowed to. She
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to speak freely. She could read a fucking
Because she was a woman?
poem.
no, it
just-
was a church rule thing.
Yeah. It was all about not.
This sounds
not
like some
taking, it's like not
Catholicism
taking the-
bullshit.
Yeah, the glory of God or something silly stuff
Well, we're
like
cool in Episcopalian Church. We don't do that. Everybody can stand up and raise a glass of beam.
that. I don't understand it. Like, I don't know. Maybe he knew the priest very well or whatever. But like to have someone take some cliff notes, to sit with them for 20
That
minutes and
seems
to sum up
so-
somebody's life.
That seems
And let
just-
them speak from that point is so insulting
Just
and
seemed wrong.
criminal.
It is.
So
Because
Anyway.
you and I matter about moments too.
But
We talk about this a lot.
It was,
and
it
that's
was
a moment. The
another
moment's
family member
gone.
in
And it's like,
church.
well, we'll have a get together after the service, and
sister.
everybody can say something.
but I think that was
no.
a church thing too.
Sorry, I'm just,
No.
I'm just saying, you and I talk about moments a lot of times and taking the moment, and if it doesn't, people's like, oh, well, you can do it at this point. No, the moment's past. That's the moment. So, you don't, yeah, that's sad to me.
Do you want a nerd group?
You want us to have it, so you don't need them all, huh? There's a whole bag there. You can still get up and get more.
I
even
can't.
if we
This
have
is
it.
I had like 5, and now I have like 10.
They're not
here.
pleasant to look at, but like
No, they're really ugly. Just great.
they
You
are
want one?
delicious.
thank you.
I
Can't.
What was I going to say before I went on a tirade
Buildings.
against the church?
Oh, her.
Anyways,
You just wish you had taken more videos and things, and sometimes you felt like you. if
oh,
it's a
we
garden
were
that you're in
we
a
were
s-
we were talking very much about they had a good life,
Yeah,
and that Claire was definitely going to leave us her diaries to read and
Matt
we
publish.
always
just-
hear.
To publish them.
Matt
right?
is about to snort some nerd dust. Yeah.
What is it in the Big
Wow.
Chill of Mary Kay Place mouths? What the minister says after one of the friends has taken his life at the funeral, and the minister says, "Sometimes God does something you don't know, and you would question it." And she mouths with him, "This is one of those times." It's just he's going through the motions, and all the friends just are like, they're decimated, but then of course Kevin Costner gets up there and just crushes it in his speech. But
well, you can't see that normally.
No,
because they cut it from the movie.
They
No,
do.
when we did our funeral episode early on
that was with
Rachel.
right.
One of the things that I discovered was the funeral kind of isn't for the family.
It's all memory. It's all about memory.
It's for everybody else. And I guess if everybody else needed that horse shit, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess a wake. I want to be Irish or something. I do like the idea of Shiva, of sitting Shiva, because then you're sitting
in the space
really,
with somebody. Is that when
yeah.
people come and you do
That's why
visit
I don't really want a
for?
funeral.
Is Shiva a period in the Jewish culture where you are at home?
Yes.
People bring you food.
Yes.
They visit for an hour or two. They leave. Somebody else comes over.
Yes. And even though there's prayer ceremonies and stuff like that,
It's not.
I participated, but I didn't have to if I
I
didn't
think
want
Shiva
to.
is really interesting and beautiful. That people come sit and hang out, and just in a safe space. You can cry. You can do whatever.
Well, I
You're not in
like
some
that idea
hotel
because
lobby.
it's like someone's coming to give the
And they
family
take
what
care of
they
the family. Yeah,
what they
it's like-
need,
it's
like,
like
so
very-
they can't, so they don't have to leave the house.
Well, I hope you have good memories of that.
Of Shiva?
Yeah.
Well,
With your
it's,
dad.
it's sad. Sad.
I don't know. I'd say. So when
Maybe
my
not
when
good
my
memories
dad
or-
died,
or just thankful
everybody
memories.
came back to the house after the service, and every fucking bathroom broke. Every bathroom broke. We literally had to hire. We had to rent porta potties for the ceremony of my father's funeral.
Who do you think
Wait.
did it?
Oh, it was him. I mean, I don't believe in that shit, but like it was him. I mean, how does that happen?
How many bathrooms in the house?
Oh, we lived in Greenwich. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bathrooms.
Was he a prankster?
Oh yeah,
6
Well,
bathrooms in one house?
Yeah. Sure.
1.
We have 9.
2.
You
Or
live in an
the house is
apartment.
it's only
3,
bathrooms.
4.
The whole apartment.
5. Definitely 5. Maybe
Okay,
6. 5
so
or 6.
every bathroom broke, like the plumbing didn't work?
Yes.
And was it working before he died?
Oh yeah. Wow. Was working that morning. Was it working that morning? I'd have to ask my mom if they were working that morning, because we did get porta potties there by the time everybody. So it must have broke that
Welcome
morning.
to heaven, Mr. Young. Do you have one wish?
How many people were at
Destroy
your house
the
that you needed
toilets.
porta potties for?
There's a lot of people.
I would have just
A lot of people.
I would have just
That's it.
So
Welcome to
sorry.
heaven, Mr. Young. Do you have one wish?
He
Destroy every toilet in the house.
he
now.
definitely touched
He
a lot of
used his
people.
one
There was
wish.
there was I couldn't brag about the number, but there were a lot of people there.
wow.
'Cause I just don't know, but I remember the synagogue, and it was a big synagogue, and it was pretty packed.
Well, I keep everybody at arm's length, so I really don't think anyone's coming to mine
To your funeral?
because they're gonna
You're
think,
like,
oh,
should we? I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
She didn't leave us her journal, so we're not gonna go.
Claire, she lived a good life and just said, you can come if you want to.
Yeah.
Um,
That's pretty much it. Don't worry about it.
no, I think it'd be even this. It'd be Claire. She lived a good life.
And refreshments are now
Yes.
being served.
In the lobby.
I want like an Eleanor Rigby.
No one is invited to the cemetery.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, the song? Or I was like, oh, no, the lyrics. Right.
Yeah. Like no, not the music, not the
I
song
look
playing.
at all the no
See, I'm not
people.
a lonely person, but like if nobody showed up, I wouldn't be surprised.
You'd be dead.
Claire, if I'm alive, I'm showing up at your fucking funeral. All
Well,
right.
I mean,
I'm gonna even speak.
That's acceptable.
I'm going to speak too.
I'm gonna stand right in between your parents and go. I prepared something.
I'm going to read passages from plays.
Well, if
He's gonna do all the parts
if
too.
people are fighting
Thank
over
you, I am.
who's going to speak at my funeral, that's quite an
Vanya.
honor.
What?
If everyone's fighting over who gets to speak at my funeral, that's an honor. It's an honor.
Oh, we're not going to fight. There's going to be about 20 people that are going to speak. This is going to be a 2-day event.
Oh wow! Oh,
Claire
that's
Jam.
sweet. The Claire Jam.
Yeah.
Ah, I love that.
Clarapalooza.
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 Clarapalooza, John.
Joni Mitchell will still be alive, so she can sing at my funeral.
And the funeral company will be via me.
Back to all this, because I think we're wrapping up. For me, the place where a lot of my memories, where I think I found myself to be the freest that I was as a kid, at least, have to do with summer camp.
Mm.
That's where I want to be spread.
And I went to a fitness and trim camp. He just said, "This is where I want to be."
Spread. And
Spread.
I
And then you
pointed
pointed
my
to your
shirt that says
vagina?
You said camp. I went to sailing camp. I want to be spread into the river that feeds into the ocean at the end.
I
of
know,
the
and then
pier
my
camp.
mind went to the
But
gutter.
then she did this,
Can
and no,
we-
I don't want to be spread like Marmite onto your vagine.
I feel like I may have had a dirty mind through most of this and gotten distracted by myself. That time,
So,
Claire
I
distracted
wanna
me.
be spread
That
not
was
even,
on you.
Not
That was
even
on you.
Vegemite,
I'll be
Marmite.
A Marmite on Claire's vagine and Vegemite on Matt's anus.
It depends on where. If we're in England, it's Marmite. If we're in Australia, it's Vegemite.
Right.
And then
So-
we're if in Yugoslavia, it's whatever's cheapest.
It's the mite. Why are we spreading stuff on? Well, anyways.
Anyway, so you went to camp, and I have a camp story too.
I
Camp
think
was great.
that's just where I have my like strongest memories of being free. I went to a fitness and trim camp, otherwise known as a fat camp.
Aww.
Sounds like you had fun.
I had the best time of my life, I think, at camp. I felt the freest. I think it's where I felt the most valuable. I mean, maybe because on the surface I wasn't as heavy as other kids or whatever it was. That's not a great reason to feel that way, but I felt like I was the most confident version of myself there. I felt valuable and desired. I mean, there are a lot of like memories that I could go through and stuff like that, but I could probably draw a map of the camp in my head.
Sure you could.
I could
No
see
doubt.
Boys Hill and Girls Hill. They used to weigh us in on cattle scales every Saturday.
Cattle scales.
Yeah, that's how they weighed us.
That's just cruel.
And at
It probably
when you
be
lost
funny, though.
when you lost a certain amount of weight,
They ring the cowbell?
and they felt like because it was all portion control.
Right.
Um,
Got it.
No, when you
Portion
weighed the right
control
thing,
and
they
exercise.
put you to the corral to be sold and be slaughtered.
Well, we're glad you made it.
When you-
here.
They
when
didn't
you
take
lose
to the way
enough-
station in the side of the road.
Because everything's portion control. When you lose enough weight, they let you into this place called the back room. And at night they open up the back room and they have like cookies and food, and so the kids who have lost
what
enough,
the fuck's the point of that?
lost enough, like because I lost,
You
I,
lost-
I
you-
lost like over 30 pounds in 4.5 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. So by
Were
the
you
time
miserable and starving?
no, I
You were
was
active
I was
and
so
fun.
active and put sun in my hair and it turned orange and I shaved the sides of my head and I was feeling like
King of the fucking
I had little
world.
like teenage romances and I mean I was just feeling like the
Oh,
best
isn't
version
that
of myself.
wonderful? Isn't that wonderful?
My dad didn't even recognize me on Parents' Weekend. My mom was like, "That's your son." I was like,
Aw.
"What the fuck?"
How long was this camp? I mean,
8 weeks.
Nice.
But did you
So-
go for 4 or did you go for 8?
There were a couple summers that I went for 4 because I also went to like hockey camp beforehand. So I came in for like the second half, and then I was a counselor there for a couple years, and then it all kind of spoiled. But like you go into this back room.
And they give you 1 cookie?
No, you could have as many fucking cookies as you wanted because you needed to get more food than others. And sometimes we would take stuff and we would sell in the black market.
What?
One time, my sister took a fucking Nerf football. She cut a hole in the Nerf football and then scooped out all of the insides. Scooped it all out, filled it all with candy, put the piece back in so it just felt like a really heavy Nerf football, and then sent me a package to camp. And at camp, I had a football full of candy that we
But you still
so
made your goals.
yeah, because I mean, I didn't eat. It was more fun to give it away. There was like status in like
Would
being
you
the black
sell
market.
it or you would just...
To only kids that you didn't really like. For the most part, you would just give it
sold
away.
for favors. I
Yeah,
believe in the
favors,
trade and
huh?
barter system.
like
Yeah,
actual money?
Yeah, there's some money. Yeah, for the soda machine and stuff like that in the canteen. Yeah,
50
Yeah, we
cents.
didn't have that kind of camp where we were allowed
Didn't
to have
know.
money.
We didn't know. We didn't.
We
have
weren't even
anything.
allowed to
No.
have our cell phones.
we didn't. Well, we
How
didn't
long
have
did you
cell
go to
phones
camp?
when I went to camp.
How long was your camp every summer? Mine
You
was
could
a
go
month.
in different
Well,
sections.
I'd go for a month and then stay for tennis camp, so probably like a month and 2 weeks.
Can you see Grady in his tennis outfit?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Easily,
Yeah.
all white. I get it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
sucked.
I think
sucked.
camp was a huge part of who I am today. But my
miss it
first
so
my
much.
first year, I was so homesick that the second year that I went back, when I felt more ready to go back, the smell of it actually reminded me so much of being homesick. It almost like it freaked me out.
Wow.
It was the smell of like the trees and the wood of the cabins
And the mildew
and the lake and all that. I was deathly afraid that there were alligators at the bottom of the lake. Like
What-
I convinced myself that they were there.
They probably were. And what did we learn today?
There aren't alligators in the lake. There aren't sharks in the pool.
That's right. And there's no Marmite on the vagine. I'll say what I've learned today.
Not yet. I mean, it's.
What
I feel
I'm-
like it was our
No.
job. It was feel like it was our
What-
job to do it.
Your
we didn't jump at the job.
Your anus is getting the the other part, the other thing,
It's getting the
other
mint
spread,
jam,
whatever.
Mint jam.
Yeah, it's
Vegemite.
fine, the Vegemite. But I will say
almond
what
butter.
I've been reminded of, and maybe needed to be reminded of today, is that memories. You can use the whatever word you want. Memories are special and precious, and if you don't take care of some of certain ones, you lose them. So it's our job to preserve them by going back to them and tend to them. You don't have to wallow in them, but go back to them and give them a little bit of life, give them a little bit of water, just so when you go back the next time, they've grown up a little bit more, and you don't have to struggle so hard to pull it back. To go into that memory and remember all of it. You just want to remember this one part. So go tend that little part of it.
How do I tend to my memory garden?
But
Everybody
I do like this memory garden.
Everybody
metaphor.
has their own. I don't know. I've always thought of it as a garden, and when I close my eyes, I can just see a garden, and I have in my mind like where my grandmother is, and where camp is, and where
Oh boy,
the memory kingdom.
Puffs plus lotion.
It's where my parents are, where high school was. It's so interesting. I can see it all.
Okay, this is
It's your
going to
memory
make me
palace.
cry,
I
and
know.
this is why I don't tap
It's
into
so-
memories all the
it's
time.
so beautiful. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful. It's so beautiful.
I think the way you tend to memories is almost like an acting exercise. You start to
it kind of is, Matt.
you start to put yourself in a room where the memory happened, and you start to let details of it come to you.
and you have to be still and
yeah.
quiet.
And if not a lot happens the first time, that's all right. But you have to spread a little
Look
bit
at
more
you,
water.
Matt. You're so
you
right.
know?
You're
Look, stop,
It's-
because you just wrapped it up beautifully. Grady wrapped up the podcast.
but
Did you
this
see
is-
that? It was
No, I didn't think we were wrapping it up.
he was absolutely tying it in a bow.
Oh, he's trying to leave.
He's like out the door now.
You're my ride.
Grady, get back here. Grady, get back here.
No, I'm not coming.
No, but
back.
you do have to tend to it. You have to work at it
if it's
sometimes.
important to you.
Yes.
If I can picture in this garden that I have in my mind that there are areas that are fuzzy, and I can choose to go into those areas, but I can't trust them. So it's not that I'm scared of them. I don't venture there.
Well, sometimes memories you're not dealing with truth either.
No, and if I
You
do
know?
feel that fuzziness
your perception.
and it's encroaching on things are important to me, I make sure to tend those things that are important to me so that this can't get to it and cloud that as well. It's complicated, but it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I mean, I don't personally see a garden, but I like the idea of the garden tending. So it's like if I want to
and
spend
I see it on a
memories
3D
with my father,
Yeah.
I'll imagine his face. You know, and I'll sit with his face, and then maybe try to hear his laugh in my head, and then maybe a memory that I haven't thought of, like the first time he was so excited when he bought himself a Rolls Royce.
Oh,
Like
I love the Rolls story.
My
You're
father,
gonna get Rolex.
I
well,
love
he
the
he
Rolls
had
story.
he had Rolexes, but
Where
my
are
father
they?
my father
Yeah,
grew
where
up
are those?
poor.
Where are they? Don't you
One
have
got
them?
stolen by the neighbor's kid who was a drug addict.
You don't have any of his watches?
I do, but I have the replacement one. I have the replacement watch.
Still a Rolex. Should be wearing
yes.
it.
Yeah, it's got gold in it. I'm not a gold person.
Maybe
I
one of the
like
boys.
silver.
Maybe one of the
I don't
boys.
like gold. I like silver.
It's
I'm
a
sorry.
Rolex.
I know, but like it's a cheaper Rolex than the other side.
Oh, it's only the $10,000 version, not the $25,000 version or the $50,000.
It only has the gold in it.
The
so-
$30,000 one got stolen for sure. I know. I think this is like a 5. I don't know. There's
You can give
something
it,
about-
show it to me, and I'll tell you how much it is.
Okay.
Or I will.
I think
Or
I'll,
can you roll?
I think I know where it is.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Where is it in the house exactly?
So the thing is that he grew up really, really poor, and symbols of
status.
status
Well, look at
were things like a Rolls Royce
Right,
and a Rolex,
right.
so and a house with a pool, and so those are things that he earned his way into.
you're also
And
in
finally, he found a Rolls Royce that he liked. He bought a Rolls Royce, a used Rolls Royce, and he loved driving it around. And so I actually drove it after my father passed. I drove it. My friend Dave asked me to drive him and his bride on their wedding from the ceremony to from the reception to the ceremony to the reception and stuff like that, which kind of was all right because then people thought I was the driver. You know, why is the driver at the cocktail hour? But anyways, I did that. So he picks me up from the train station. I was in the city studying acting, and it was the first time I'm in the Rolls Royce. He's like, "What do you think?" I was like, "It's gorgeous. I love it. It's very cool." And he's just kind of smiling at me and looking, just giving me the nod. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Open the glove compartment." I'm like, "All right, open the glove compartment." In the glove compartment was a jar of Grey Poupon. because he loved those Grey Poupon commercials. The first thing he bought for his car was a jar of Grey Poupon, so that if he ever wanted to, he could make that joke.
Didn't take himself
I
too
don't
seriously.
get. Wait, I don't get the joke. I don't get it.
A commercial where two luxury cars pass by each other.
I think they're
one
Rolls-Royces
stops.
too, or
They're both one. They're both. I think they're both Rolls.
Yeah.
One rolls down the window. The other rolls down the window, and just politely, "Pardon me. Do you happen to have any Grey Poupon?" But of course, and their hands meet, and you just close up on the Grey Poupon, and then it's the still Grey Poupon. Do you whatever the
I can't
I don't know
remember
the
the
thing,
actual phrase.
but it was just great because you would see the hand. Do you have any Grey Poupon? Of course. Of all things, I'm like, how brilliant was that ad?
It was a great ad.
Ad was just, it was one of those, just one of those ads that sticks with you. You're like, it's super creative.
Obviously, it stuck with him.
Yeah, I don't get it at
Another
all.
great memory.
But fine.
It's a great memory.
It's
a memory that we have in our collective consciousness too.
Yep. It was a sign of status. If you use Grey Poupon and you weren't using French's yellow mustard
or Goldens,
then you were
Goldens.
I mean, I don't use anything else except
and it
Grey
came
Poupon.
in the jar too. So
that's because you're classy.
That's why it came in the jar. You didn't squeeze; you had to spoon.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Makes best salad dressing.
Yeah. But he was so happy. He was so happy to be able to make that joke.
Great memory,
And he knew I would get it, and his friends would get it, and he would love that.
And here you are attending that memory right now.
Yep.
I thought it was going to be a present for you,
like
an extra set of keys.
Oh no! Although I did drive that car plenty.
To beautifully
I thought
wrap
about
up again.
after he died. I thought about keeping it. I really did. I thought about keeping it. But
the car or the jar?
No, to get rid of the jar because it's mold. No, I did think about keeping it just as a memory, but tending to a fucking Rolls Royce
is a lot.
When you're trying to be a professional actor at the time, you just don't have the money.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like tending to a Rolex.
Yeah.
That's gold.
You can't bring a Rolls Royce to just any garage and ask him to work on it.
No. We also got a Model T. I don't know if I've told that story.
You have, and I love it. And tend to that memory too.
We had to get rid of that.
So in my beautiful wrap up, we reversed my wrap up, doubled down, and came back to the garden of memories.
So you did do what did we learn? And that if you want to hold on to memories, they don't just fade. You have to tend to them. And
I still don't know how to do that.
You'll figure it out. They're in your head. Go back. All tending them means is going back and revisiting them.
Oh, I guess I just automatically do that.
Then fine. Then so you automatically tend to them.
Do you have memories that are faded? Or yeah, I think you don't have to have the whole thing. You just have to spend a moment or two. I know in acting school, we talk about memory recall and things like that, where you're bringing up memory. You're creating memories in your not creating, but you're finding memories in your head, and then you're letting it cause you to feel something.
Yes,
you're having a reaction, and then you're embellishing that reaction and stuff.
I
that.
think
so. It's kind of like that. You don't have to have the full movie. But like you could have a little part of it. You could have the smell, the feeling, the face, a line.
Wow, it sounded like you just were calling for a line.
I was like,
what's in the script? What's next in the script?
He doth not care.
I do find that actually being on antidepressants has stunted my.
It will stretch the brain.
Yeah,
SSRIs,
my memory access
stretch
and
the
emotional, like tapping into the memory and then bringing emotion, taking emotion from it.
Well, the SSRI stops the emotion.
Right.
So
I mean, I still feel normal in all aspects of my life, but sometimes I don't go. Places.
If you try to have that memory, the SSRI has stopped that motion of that memory, then you feel like, wait, what's wrong? I feel nothing when I think of this. And yet I know what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's interesting to when you can feel how medicine's working.
So wait, next week are we doing
medicine?
Medicine?
We should let's do it.
Probably do
let's
that.
do medications.
Medications. All right, now you have something to look forward to, people.
We're at 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Now you got something to look forward to, Grady.
Sorry,
we
trying to
did
wrap this up for a while now.
No, well, we didn't really get into it till we've had a habit of getting into it a little bit later.
We did talk about fart trauma a lot.
That's
well,
we talked about memories though of farts.
Yes.
Nothing didn't have anything to do with not remembering.
What's nice
today.
too is that this podcast is this podcast, and sometimes it's an hour and 40 minutes. We try to keep it to an hour.
Sometimes it's 20 minutes.
Well, last week
Sometimes
when
it's
I
about Star Wars and Claire's not here, and we don't use it.
That's true.
You guys, how many times have you guys met without me?
Once,
exactly.
Twice.
3 times a lady.
I think it is 3 times. No, we recorded twice.
Twice, yeah.
So actually, last week
We need
after
you,
I
Claire.
left and I went on this date
Really
with this
didn't
guy,
work.
he actually does his own podcast, and he asked me how long ours are, and I was like,
we don't have a
I was like, oh, they're long. They're like over an hour. And he's like, oh, that's fine. Like mine go like sometimes several hours. And
Oh, no. Wow. That's
Yeah.
So, some people do.
so, yeah. And so that made me feel better about the length of our podcast.
Unless if you're talking science or something, maybe it goes on that long.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need to have at least an hour. You have to have
Yeah.
at least an hour, and sometimes if it goes a little bit further, then that's okay. I think an hour and 40 is what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
it's not worth splitting up into 2 episodes. I don't think.
No.
No.
Hold
All right.
hands, take LSD, feed God, find God, and put Marmite on your vagina.
And go have a Jurassic fart.
Is that what we learned today? Excuse me. Bye. So, what did we learn? Well, I think Grady handled it at the end of the show, so you should have that. I definitely think that we learned that memories need to be tended to, and kind of like acting exercises, you just start in one place and see if you can feel the feeling, see the room, hear a phrase, whatever it is. But like if you are intent on keeping those memories alive, sometimes they need tending to. And then if you need to remove some memories just from pain, it's also okay to forget. I mean, I think that balance is really, really important. That some things it's okay to forget and other things need work to keep around. So, really interesting episode. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. Thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast. If you like what you heard, please rate, review, and subscribe. That can be very, very helpful to us. And if you want to reach out to us, we are at thelastwillpodcast.com and The Last Will Podcast on Instagram. You can slide into our DMs. We won't think that you're hitting on us. We will just think that you guys are being friendly, and we will treat you accordingly. Until next time, onward, forward,